We will call the FARGODOME April 30th Authority meeting to order. First order of business is you have the agenda in front of you. One additional make is for the additional items. We're going to talk about basketball floor, portable basketball floor. So we'll add that one. Are there any other additions? Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
First by Dave, second by Dan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, in your packet, you also have the minutes from the last meeting. If you look at those, please.
Motion to approve minutes as presented.
Got a first by Dan.
Second.
I like this.
We'll give it to Nancy, second by Nancy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. Is there any old business in front of you? Hearing none. New business, general manager's report round.
All right, thank you. We'll start with the financials on page 3. Apologize, as Amanda said, we had a little wonkiness going on with our copier, and I saw the repair person out the other day reading the manual, so I'm pretty sure it probably ain't fixed, but hey, we're gonna make do. Anyways, as always, the month, which is for March, is on the left-hand side of the page. Year-to-date, which would be for the first quarter. Right-hand side of the page, starting with the month, we had 16 events with an attendance of just about 55,000 people compared to a budget of 59.5. The total event income of just about 506,000 compared to a budget of 449,000. And we had slightly lower expenses of about 410,000 compared to a budget of 413.5. So for the month of March, we had a surplus of 266,500, which is about 75,000 above the budget of 191,000. Regarding that, on the main things with Disney on Ice and TRC at Rodeo, both had good attendance, strong ancillary revenues. Disney on Ice, we kind of hadn't had it in the building since the pandemic, and it seems to be trending just like Monster Jam, which are both filled groups. Great attendance and people bought. So that was very good, along with the rodeo was right around the same attendance-wise from years past, maybe slightly lower, but strong ancillary revenue with that. Trade shows, the Sportsman Show, about 9,000 below budget. The attendance was down a little bit, which then just kind of reflects everything there. On the amateur, the first ever North Dakota High School Division A state basketball, boys state basketball was here, a 3-day tournament. We kind of guessed a little bit at it. Joel gave me a little railing at last week, but I went back and looked and saw we were only 12,000 off. So get off my back, Jack. No. That can that's like a blink of the eye on that one. So
it was a good money maker.
It was good. And actually, just learned today, as we talked about at the finance committee meeting, the Division AA combined, boys and girls, will be at FARGODOME all 3 days, 25, because we'll share it with the Shack for Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday at the Shack, they will have the Division A and B boys qualifier, state qualifier, so state tournaments are after the AA. So both venues will have 3 days of basketball. Here in North Florida. Any questions on any events?
How many Disney shows were there again? Was it
2, 3, 2?
7.
There was 7. Okay.
7. Yeah. One Thursday, Friday, 3 Saturday, 2 Sunday. Yeah.
Was there one of them better than other? I mean,
I thought the performance at the Friday was much better than
Fresh legs.
Saturday morning and afternoon, and then Sunday first show are typically the busiest.
Busy.
Thursday is opening night is Thursday night. I mean, it's geared towards 3 to 6 year olds, show starts at 7, you really want them out until 9:30. But it kind of builds up. Expense-wise, labor continues to be both below budget, as discussed before. Operations about 4,700 above budget. Steam, heating and cooling, electricity, along with janitorial supplies, not necessarily colder or warmer, just a lot of activity. We went basically from mid-February through the rodeo with something happening here nearly every day, or a Sunday off or things like that. So just really to temper the building and keep it kind of steady takes time and energy. Any questions on the month of March? Year to date then, almost 142,000 people with 41 events compared to a budget of 116 and a half and 39 events. Total event income of just over 1.125 million compared to a budget of $1,060,000, and we are sitting at a net surplus of just about 329,000, which today favorably compares with a budget of 172,500. Any questions on financials?
Nice job.
Mr. Chair, at this time, I would make a motion to the FDA to accept the month ending March 31st, 2004, and the year ending, year-to-date to March 2024 financials as presented.
Your hand is right.
You got all flustered. I mean, you were practicing, all of a sudden the lights came on.
Okay, Blake?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Troy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Before we proceed, would anybody else have to take a shot? Ask if anybody else wanted to take a shot. Page 15 then, past and upcoming events since our last meeting, March 26th. We had the Shrine Circus coming, we had Shrine Circus come in, they moved in on Thursday the 4th. They had 6 performances on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, 1 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Decent attendance, trying to figure some things out there. I would say it's probably gonna be down a little bit from budget, but we're working through on that. Thursday the 11th, we had Mercy Me. Good attendance for Christian Contemporary. We were in the basketball set, so it was pretty full. Then the 12th and the 13th, in the lobby and meeting rooms, we had the NDSU football, or the North Dakota High School Coaches Association, brought to you by Sanford Health, football clinic, excuse me, sponsored and put on by NDSU football coaches. And then on the 20th, we did have the NDSU, their final spring football extravaganza, with a lot of different things going on. They tried some different things, and I think feedback was good. Attendance was probably about what I expected it to be. But tried some different things and went from there.
A shredding event?
Pardon me?
And a shredding event?
And a shredding event. We had well, we also had
Those kids in that shredder was tough.
we also had a community celebration in the meeting rooms too. So we had a lot going on that day and evening, since the NDSU spring event got added late. But then on the 23rd, Tuesday, Sanford Health had their employee recognition event here. Loaded in Tuesday and then went, or loaded in Monday, happened on Tuesday, and brings us to today. Questions, comments from the group on past events? All right, moving forward then. We go from a shredding event in the parking lot, Blake, to a Career on Wheels event in the parking lot this Friday with Fargo Public Schools. But then we have NDSU spring commencement ceremonies. They'll start moving in either Wednesday or Thursday, the 8th or 9th. Don't tell them I said that. Depending on how it happens with the turf. And their ceremonies, rehearsals will be there that week, and there's ceremonies, 2 ceremonies, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday the 11th. We have Cody Johnson here, country concert, Saturday the 18th. Shields is actually coming in and using, I think, most of the arena and what it sounds like more and more of the concourse for their associate training sessions for a lot of their brand experts, for a lot of their different things that they sell there. Taking us up to the next meeting on the 28th, which is right before Fargo Public Schools high school graduations. Any questions, upcoming, future events from the group? Hearing none, that would conclude my report.
All right, we'll go to 3B committee reports.
All right, we will skip to item B, the project and capital updates. That's on page 18 of your report, and it was at the finance committee and building committee was reporting about the football turf is currently working on to strengthen the turf, where repairs should be done around May 7th. The second item that was discussed at the finance building was the committee was the loading dock ramp upper drain trench project. Rob had disclosed that there is repairs or replacements that need to be done. He came forth with bids for the repair and replacement of that at $38,644 and reallocated monies from the capital project fund. That was approved and went through. And the last item was the basketball floor. Bids were due, portable basketball floor. The bids were due on April 26th and will be further discussed here at the FDA meeting, which is under additional business. The last item, which is item C, is page 22 of your packet. That's the permanent fund for the FARGODOME Authority. That information is received. No action was taken on that. So with that, Mr. Chair, that will conclude the Building Finance Committee report. And would be my motion to accept as presented.
Second.
Blake?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Troy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Number 4, nominating committee. So the nominating committee was made up of Nancy, Troy, and myself, and with that, I'll turn it over to Nancy.
And we would like to nominate David Supas as president. Troy, because he's always with the program, as the vice president, and he can be in training, and Rick is treasurer, and Dan is. To my knowledge, they have all gleefully said yes. Look at those smiles.
Free cookies.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, we can.
So, we have a first.
Who was the first? Sorry, Nancy?
Nancy.
Second.
Second.
So Blake, Nancy,
Yep.
Troy,
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
All right. Well, good work, guys. Number 5, discussion of the FARGODOME Marine model.
I have nothing updated for you. I just put it on so that you 7 members can discuss if you want to discuss anything or have questions. I don't have answers. I don't have more information, so you can ask me a question and I can fluff my way through it. But you know, we're still gathering, as far as I'm aware, we're still gathering survey information. And looking to get that information out when it's made available.
And I would concur with Rob said, there's been nothing reported back to me from the committee either, and so we're under the impression that they're still conducting the survey at this point.
Number 6, additional items, portable basketball.
All right, as we talked a little bit about, well, we've talked at several meetings, but also more in depth at last Wednesday's Finance Building Committee meeting. We did have a request for proposal go out to purchase a new portable basketball floor. Our current floor that we have is 22 years old. And if you know anything about portable basketball floors, that's well beyond the useful life. But it also needs a lot of repairs to the tongue and groove in different areas if we were gonna use it again. And it's frankly not cost benefit to put that in. Also with the High School Activities Association, Metro Tournament Committee, kind of re-upping and looking at Fargo and really liking the set that we use for basketball now, getting good feedback. Coaches, fans, for the most part, using it, we'll back to some regular basketball. Not as much as we'd like to see, but we can build on that if we have an updated floor. So it was put out, only one response was received. It was from Horner Flooring, which is actually the manufacturer of the existing floor we have. And so that quote or proposal was for, technically was in the amount of $168,300, but they're also giving a $9,000 deduct for credit trade-in from our existing floor. And so the total price for the floor purchase will be $159,300.
So they take the floor.
They will
the
take
old
our
floor.
existing, yeah. But the carts that we have that transport the floor around all work on this new one as well. So we don't have to purchase those. And there's a option to put Pro Shock pads on the floor, but it's not out long enough, we don't use it enough to justify that extra $8,000. So I am requesting, and the price of it is within expectations of it. And so looking at it between myself and our technical manager, Matt Costello, along with City of Fargo Purchasing Manager, Tanner Schmitzhammer, and Jill Pagel in the procurement analysis, feel it's a good way to move. This does have a 10+ month lead time, so we're expecting delivery middle February. So that's kind of one of the reasons we're doing this outside of the capital budgeting plan. And then so I would request a motion to accept the $159,300 from Horner, as well as funding this purchase out of the Fargo Permanent Fund. Thank you.
Do you design at a later date?
I'll let you know when I find out. But yes, it's basically, the quote was put in based on our existing floor, which is the dimensions in a 3-color that's up there right now. And so we'll go through, I don't think we'll be, we're not gonna put FARGODOME on it 6 times like it is right now. Pretty sure we know where we're at. And instead of paint, maybe some staining, which seems to be the thing now, but we're gonna try to go pretty basic, but it will be lined with both high school, the National High School Federation, which is what North Dakota follows, as well as NCAA line markings. We won't have pro markings on it, so it'll look a little different than the existing, but preseason pro games really aren't a thing anymore for locations like this.
Is there a advertising opportunity on this?
Potentially, and then we've also, there is, the Metro Tournament Committee has expressed some interest to help with some things, as well as there are an entity or two that are interested in potentially advertising on it or supporting it. Figuring those prices out, but we would do those by stickers and not by painting the logo on there. We would do more edge stickers for the type of dollars they're speaking. Now, however, I will say that I'm requesting the full price of this because if we do get those other dollars, which they're not guaranteed yet, not confirmed, I don't want to delay this process any further. Those dollars may be used to purchase updated scorers tables, updated shot clocks, or updated basketball stanchions. The college and pro NCAA and pro basketball stanchions, Spalding, they're kind of expensive. And then, so we'll try to work through that.
Why do you only get one bid, do you suppose?
Well, there's about, I'm aware of 5 companies, and they were all contacted a while back. They were all contacted again. I know Robbins in particular, Robbins Flooring said they're 12 to 14 months out on their lead time. Connor Flooring is I believe is still the contractor that provides all of the floors for the NCAA tournament, men's and women's. So they kind of fill up theirs, and if you read the material, it sounds like, oh, you're just manufacturing. Well, they don't. It's not like they churn out 50 of these a year. I mean, they'll put them together, but then they need the 50-foot by 120-foot space to lay this whole floor out, to finish it, sand it, finish it, paint it, finish it again. So 50 by, 50 wide by 120 with workspace around the side, we could get 4 of them on the floor of the FARGODOME. So they have to have 80, 100, 300,000 square feet of space to lay these floors out, and then they cure for a week or 2 after they put the stuff down. So it's just, it takes a lot of space to do it, so therefore you're kind of limited in how many floors you can make a year.
And the RFP would have specified a time frame, and
Yep.
if we had more of a lead time, we might have had another bid or 2.
We could have, but I can say that based on my research, I don't know if it would change the results.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Anybody interested?
I'd make a motion to approve the, bid that we have, $168,000, unless.
No, I forgot all about that. I thought we were gonna adjourn.
I think he needs a motion.
Yeah, there needs to be a
Yeah.
motion.
A little bit on that.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, can I clarify something? Are we, we're going for the full 168.3 or the 159? Okay,
59.3,
okay,
which includes the trade.
great, okay. Blake,
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Troy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Are there any other items? Dave, any other items?
Oh, just a word of warning. So,
This is
little,
serious.
little self-promotion here. It happens to be my birthday today.
Oh, it is.
And so, what happens on birthdays like this is your license expires,
Okay.
and I learned a very important lesson. The eye test at the Driver's License Bureau in the state of Minnesota is not very difficult. So I passed. So you have your warning, and what it does is it puts me to another level of, wow, you mean there are people out on the road that can see worse than me that pass their test. So good luck to all of you.
And we have cookies for you too, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. No, it was more so just to say that I was pretty happy that I passed
And it was when they.
driver's license.
And then they say, you passed, like, really?
They have a written
I
test, so
actually,
they-
I did this, I looked at it, she said, they're numbers, not letters. So then I was able to refocus and get through. I said, I passed? She goes, well, sometimes it's hard to adjust, the lighting in there's not right. I'm like, "Oh, that's hopeless."
Well, with that, we
No
better
comment.
adjourn with that, so.